Hello everyone, welcome to this session on slope deflection method, and this is the first problem wherein we are going to start with. And in this particular problem, previous problem what we had solved, wherein the number of unknowns were less, that is 1, and in this particular problem the number of unknowns will change with respect to the earlier problem. Now this is a continuous beam wherein the supports have been designated as A, B and C, and been subjected to a concentrated force in the first span of 60 kilonewton and subjected to a UDL of 30 kilonewton per meter in the second span. The difference between the earlier problem and this particular problem here, in the earlier problem the concentrated force was placed at the center, that is at the midpoint location. Now here the concentrated force is not been placed at the center, it has been placed at an eccentric position from either of the support. So eccentric position means it is not at the center. So total span between, or the total distance between A and B is 6 meter, and distance of this 60 kilonewton load from point B is 2 meter, which indicates the remaining distance from point A will be 4 meter. As a resultant, 4 plus 2 shall come out to the total span as 6 meter. To begin with the calculation, there are few steps that we need to start. First is we need to find out fixed end moment. Next is to find out what is slope deflection equation. Later on, we need to impose what is equilibrium equation. So equilibrium equation we need to make use wherein we are supposed to find out the slope. And where we are supposed to find out the slope? Whichever support is not fixed. Wherever we have a fixed support, automatically the slope at that particular position or that particular point will be 0. Then after using equilibrium equation, we are going to find out all the unknowns. So whatever unknown we are going to find out, we are going to resubstitute in slope deflection equation to find out the final moment. So once we get final moment, we are much more comfortable to draw bending moment diagram and shear force diagram or elastic curve, whatever is being required for the analysis part. So to start with the fixed end moment, to begin with the fixed end moment, the first assumption is all supports are to be assumed as fixed, irrespective what type of support it is. Basically, there are 4 types of support: simple support, roller support, hinge support, and fixed support. So whatever may be the type of support it is, you are going to assume all supports to be fixed at the start of the analysis. Then the condition will be reversed back in the equilibrium equation. If you have made it as fixed, you are going to bring back to the original support condition by imposing the equilibrium equation. So for example, here there are 3 support positions, A, B and C. So I shall note down as A, B and C. Amongst this particular A, B and C, A is an end support because beyond A there is no any other support. So A will be classified as an end support. C will be classified as an end support. And B shall be classified as an intermediate support because B is sandwiched in between A and C. So it will be classified as an intermediate support. Now since A is an end support, what type of end support is A now? Is a fixed support. Whereas B is a roller support and C is also a roller support. Now as stated earlier a few minutes before, whichever is a fixed support, the slope at that particular location will be 0. So automatically theta A will be 0. Whereas theta B shall not be equated to 0. Likewise, theta C shall not be equated to 0. Reason behind this is both the supports are not fixed. So theta B and theta C shall remain as it is. Now what is the contention here now? The first task here is to find out theta B and theta C. This theta B and theta C shall be called as an unknown value. Once we get this unknown value, we are going to substitute in this slope deflection equation. Now if theta B and theta C are an unknown value, so since we are going to get theta B and theta C, since we are in a position to find out theta B, which indicates moment at B will be 0 and moment at C will be 0. Theta A is 0 means MA will exist. So theta A, if it is not 0, then we are supposed to find out the value of MB. Now since we are able to find out the value of theta B, which indicates MB is 0 and MC is 0. So summation MB and MC 0 means it is nothing but an equilibrium equation here. Now why this MB is 0 here? Question comes is why MB is 0, why MC is 0 and why not MA is 0? MA is not 0 because it is a fixed support and fixed support offers 3 reaction component, vertical, horizontal and then the moment. MB is 0 because it is a roller support, and roller support offers reaction only along the vertical direction or along the horizontal direction. Depending upon the direction of roller, it will be perpendicular to the plane of contact. Since moment does not exist for the roller support, does not exist means MB will be 0 and MC will be 0. Since moment does not exist, so theta B and theta C needs to be computed. So this particular step will be called as an equilibrium equation, and theta B and theta C shall be called as an unknown value. Whatever the value you are going to get from slope deflection equation, that will be called as the final moment value. So these are the fixed set of procedure that we need to adopt, whether it is a continuous beam related to whatever may be the type of support it is, or whether it is a portal frame related to sway or non-sway. This set of procedure will remain same. It won't change. So procedure is, first we need to find out fixed end moment, slope deflection equation, equilibrium equation, unknown parameters, final value, bending moment diagram and shear force diagram. To begin with the procedure here, first we will try to find out the fixed end moment. So fixed end moment, that is what we call it as FEM. F indicates fixed, E indicates end, and M indicates moment. So as mentioned, fixed end moment, all supports are assumed to be fixed now. So I will separate this particular free body diagram, AB separate and BC as a separate element. So this will be diagram of A and B subjected to a point load here of magnitude 60 kilonewton, placed at a distance of 4 meter from point A and 2 meter from point B. As a resultant, total span or total distance between A and B is 6 meter. To start with the calculation, MFAB will be equals to. Now when I say MFAB, A is fixed here, B is the other end. I will be releasing support B. Point load is at the top. So as a resultant, it will rotate in clockwise direction. So what will happen? A will offer a rotation in the anti-clockwise direction. Likewise, reverse the situation, reverse the condition here. B I am going to hold up and A I will be releasing. 60 kilonewton force is acting in the downward direction. So this will rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. So B will offer in the clockwise direction. So all anti-clockwise direction rotation to be negative, all clockwise direction rotation to be positive. So here anti-clockwise direction rotation is negative minus W A B square divided by L square. So always first distance will be A, second distance will be B. So A here is 4 meter, B will be 2 meter. So if I substitute here, minus 60 into 4 into 2 square divided by L square. L square means it is the distance between the span. Distance between A and B is 6, so 6 square. That divided by 6 square. So if we solve this by using calculator, this will be minus 60 into 4, 2 square is 4, divided by 6 square is 36, which will come as minus 26.67. So minus again is because of the anti-clockwise direction rotation. So it is minus 26.67 kilonewton meter will be the moment. Next find out MFBA. MFBA here it is clockwise, so plus W A square B divided by L square. Now this is plus 60, W is 60, A will be 4, so it will be 4 square into 2 divided by 6 square. So if you solve this, this will be 60 into 4 square is 16 into 2 divided by 6 square is 36. So as a resultant, it will come as 53.33 kilonewton meter. So these are nothing but the fixed end moment pertaining to this region A to B. Next we will move to the region B to C. If I move to region B to C, I should redraw this particular diagram B and C. Put a UDL here. Total span of the beam is again 6 meter. Total span of the beam is 6 meter. Magnitude of UDL is 30. So 30 will be the magnitude of UDL, 30 kilonewton per meter. Now what will be the value here of fixed end moment? Again, situation and condition remain same as that we had adopted for AB. So what was the condition here? I shall hold up support B, release support C, UDL is at the top, so it will rotate in clockwise direction. So resistance moment at B will be in the anti-clockwise direction. Likewise, I also hold support C, release support B, it will rotate in anti-clockwise direction. So C will offer in the rotation in the clockwise direction. So these are nothing but the moment values. Now this value shall be considered as negative because it is anti-clockwise. This value shall be considered as positive because it is in clockwise direction. So to start with the calculation here, formula will be different because it is UDL. So MFBC. Here since it is anti-clockwise, minus. Formula is WL square divided by 12. Minus 30 into 6 square divided by 12. So 6 square minus 30, 6 square is 36 divided by 12. So which will come as minus 90 kilonewton meter. Likewise MFCB plus WL square divided by 12. Plus for the reason it is in clockwise direction. Plus 30 into 6 square divided by 12. So since the values are almost same, only change will be with respect to the sign convention. For BC it was negative and here it will be positive because of the direction of rotation to be clockwise. So it is plus 90 kilonewton meter. So these are the fixed end moment values that that is required to evaluate the slope deflection equation. So first step is over, that is the computation of fixed end moment. So to find out this particular value of fixed end moment, it is very much essential to remember all these formulas that have been listed in the previous session. After this, next step is to note down what is slope deflection equation. Slope deflection equation MAB is equal to MFAB plus 2EI divided by LAB. Now whatever alphabet I have written here, MAB, A is first here, so you are going to write it as 2 theta I. B is second, so you are going to write it as theta B. Minus 3 delta divided by LAB. So MFAB value, what we have calculated here was, MFAB value that was calculated was minus 26.67. So substitute here as minus 26.67 plus 2EI divided by LAB is 6. Theta A value. Now theta A value that we had noted here was 0. So 2 into 0 plus theta B kept as it is. Now delta will be a support sinking or upliftment related to A and B. That is whatever alphabet you have written, whatever support location you have written, that will be settlement or sinking related to delta for either support A or support B. Now none of the values have been given, so delta value shall be considered as 0. So rearranging and reframing this equation, minus 26.67 plus 2 divided by 6 will be 1 by 3, that is 2 ones or 2 threes. 1 by 3 will be 0.33. So 0.33, first value is 0, then next value will be 0.333 EI theta B. So equation number 1. So MAB will be the equation of moment, that is MAB. Next, likewise, write the value of MBA. To write the value of MBA, it is MFBA plus 2EI divided by LBA 2. Now B is first here, so it will be written as 2 theta B. Earlier A was first, so you have written as 2 theta A. Now B is first here, you are going to write it as 2 theta B plus theta A minus 3 delta divided by LBA. Almost the boundary condition will remain the same as per the first equation, because whether you move from A to B or B to A, the end condition for the slope will remain the same. So MFBA value that was calculated was 53.33. So substitute plus 53.33 plus 2EI divided by 6. 2 theta B kept as it is because it's a roller support. So theta B kept as it is. Theta A will be 0 because it is fixed. Delta value shall be considered as 0 because it is no sinking values have been given. So delta values will be 0. Rearranging this, 53.33 plus 2 into 2 will be 4. 4 divided by 6. 4 divided by 6 will come out 0.667. 0.667 EI theta B. Now name this as equation number 2. So first equation is A to B. Second equation is B to A. Next equation will be B to C. To start with B to C, I shall write the equation as MBC. MFBC plus 2EI divided by LBC. Now you can straight away write the equation. Now it is B here, so it shall be written as 2 theta B. Next alphabet is C, so it shall be written as theta C minus 3 delta divided by LBC. MFBC value is minus 90. So we need to take care, utmost take care to write it along with the sign convention. So minus 90 plus 2 EI divided by 6. 2 theta B kept as it is. Now theta C shall also not be 0 because it is roller support. So theta B and theta C will be kept as it is. So theta C. Now here delta will be related to either delta B or delta C. Since both the values are not given, you are going to consider it as 0. So next value is 0 here. So this is minus 90 plus first value. 2 into 2 will be 4. 4 by 6 will be 0.667. 4 by 6 will be 0.667 EI theta B. Then 2 by 6 will be 1 by 3. 1 by 3, 0.33 EI theta C. So this is equation number 3. So this is equation number 3 related to MBC. Next is MCB. So when I write MCB, equation will be MFCB plus 2 EI divided by LCB 2 theta C plus theta B minus 3 delta divided by LCB. Substitute the value. MFCB value is 90. So this value shall be written as plus 90. Earlier it was minus 90. Here it will be plus 90. Plus 2 EI divided by 6. 2 theta C kept as it is. Theta B kept as it is. Delta value will be 0. So rearranging this equation, MCB value will be, MCB value will be plus 90 plus 2 into 2 will be 4 divided by 6. So this equation will be plus 0.667 EI theta C plus 0.333 EI theta B. So this is nothing but the equation number 4. So these are the various equations. And what is this now? This is step number 2 that we required to complete. So step number 2 is slope deflection equation. That is equation 1 to equation 4. Equation 1 to equation 4 is step number 2. Next is to find out what is equilibrium equation. Now equilibrium equation means what? Summation MB0 and summation MC0. Considering summation MB0 and summation MC0, as mentioned earlier, since B is roller support doesn't have any moment, so summation MB will be equated to 0 and summation MC will be equated to 0. So third step is equilibrium equation. So take summation MB is equal to 0. So if I take summation MB is equal to 0, actual given beam is in this particular fashion, that is A, B and C. So at B there are two members connected. At A there is only one member connected. At A it is AB. At B there are two members connected. Left side it is BA, right side it is BC. So we need to look out how many members are connected at joint B. At joint B there are two members connected, and those two members are BA and BC, and which will be written as MBA plus MBC is equal to 0. Now MBA is equation number 2 and MBC is equation number 3, that is equated to 0. If you look at this particular equation number 2, equation number 2 is here, which is 53.33. We shall note down that particular equation, 53.33 plus 0.667 EI theta B plus 0.667 EI theta B, equation number 2. Then equation number 3 is minus 90 plus 0.667 EI theta B plus minus 90 plus 0.667 EI theta B plus 0.333 EI theta C and that is equated to 0. Rearranging the equation by considering the similar term, that is you have ei theta b here and ei theta b. 0.667 plus 0.667, that is 0.667 plus 0.667, which will come out to 1.334. So we shall write it as 1.334 ei theta b. Likewise, you have only one ei theta c term here. So write it as it is 0.333 ei theta c. Then that is equal to, if we consider the left hand side term, 53.33 is positive. Then you have plus into minus will become minus 90. So it is minus 36.67 on the left hand side. If we shift it on towards the right hand side, which will be plus 36.67. So this you name it as equation number 5. So this is what is the value of this particular first equilibrium equation, that is equation number 5. Likewise, consider summation MC is equal to 0. Now while writing summation MB is equal to 0, you consider how many members are connected at point B, and correspondingly you consider those particular moment equation and then cumulated that. While considering summation MC is equal to 0, check out which particular member is connected at C. At A it is AB, at B it is BA and BC, at C it will be CB. So this will be MCB is equal to 0. If it is MCB is equal to 0, that is equation number 4 is equal to 0. If you look back at the equation number 4 here is MCB plus 90 plus 6.667 plus 0.33 ei theta b. We'll note down the same part here, plus 90 plus 0.667 ei theta c plus 0.333 ei theta b, that is equal to 0. Rearranging this, 0.333 ei theta b plus 0.667 ei theta c is equal to minus 90, because if you take 90 on towards right hand side, it will be minus 90. This is equation number 5. Now what plays a critical role here is equation number 5, wherein theta b and theta c is unknown. Equation number 6, wherein theta b and theta c is unknown again. So now it becomes a duty to find out what is the value of this particular theta b and theta c. Since it is two unknown, theta b and theta c, to make use of equation, go to mode, equation, two unknowns. Enter the coefficient of first theta b, 1.334. Next coefficient of theta c, 0.333. Next constant term, that is 36.67. Next is 0.333. 0.667. Next value is minus 90. We need to substitute along with the sign convention. So ei theta b value is 69.88 here, 69.88. As it is first term, so it will be called as x now. As it is ei theta c is the second term, it will be classified as y. So this will be ei theta c as minus 169.82. So these are the two values that will be helpful now. Now to look back what we have done so far here. So this is fixed end moment, what we had calculated. Slope deflection equation is equation 1 to 4. Equilibrium equation is equation 5 and 6, out of which we have calculated unknowns. So unknowns are theta b, ei theta b and ei theta c. Substitute this unknown back in slope deflection equation. When I substitute back this slope deflection equation, which will be written as MAB is equal to, you need to refer equation number 1. So if you refer equation number 1, MAB is minus 26.67 plus 0.333 ei theta b. Substitute the value minus 26.67 plus 0.333. ei theta b value is 69.88. So that value shall come out as minus 26.67 plus 0.333 into 69.88. We need to substitute along with the sign, whether it is positive or negative, immaterial, we need to substitute along with the sign. So as a resultant, we will get the value of MAB as minus 3.39, or else you can call it as minus 3.4 kilonewton meter. Minus means direction of rotation is in anti-clockwise direction. So here you are going to represent with respect to direction. Here it is representation with respect to sign. So this is the value of MAB. Likewise, the value of MBA. MBA equation is 53.33 plus 0.667 EI theta B. Substitute this as 53.33 plus 0.667 into 69.88. So this value shall come out as 53.33 plus 0.667 into 69.88, which value comes out to 99.94. You can also take it as approximately 100 kilonewton meter if required. Rounding off. During the practical analysis, we need to round it off to the higher digit. So you can consider it as 100 kilonewton meter, which is MBA. Now MBA plus MBC, MBA plus MBC should come out to 0. If I already have this as 99.99, then this has to be minus 99.9, so that it has to come out to 0. That will verify as a check for MBC. So before writing down or getting down the value of BC, I need to keep it in mind that after substitution it should come out as 100 or 99.94. So MBC equation value is minus 90 plus 0.667 EI theta B. Next 0.333 EI theta C. So substitute this minus 90 plus 0.667 EI theta B, which is 69.88 here, 69.88. EI theta C, it is minus 169. So as mentioned, we need to substitute along with the sign. So minus 169.82. So how much value it will be? Minus 90 plus 0.667 into 69.88 plus 0.333 into minus 169.82, which will come out as minus 99.9. So the same value that we had got here, that is minus 199.9 and plus 199.9. So if we add both, again it should come out as 0. So this you can straight away consider it as approximately minus 100 kilonewton meter. Minus 100 means what? It is in anti-clockwise direction. And this is in clockwise direction because it is positive. Then the last parameter is MCB. MCB 90 plus 0.667 into EI theta C. So EI theta C value is minus 169.82. So minus 169.82 plus 0.333 into 69.88. So MCB value directly should come out to 0. Why 0? Because it is a roller support. Roller support does not carry any moment. So moment at this particular C support should come out as 0. So we will check out whether it shall come out as 0. 90 plus 0.667 into minus 169.82 plus 0.333 into 69.88, which shall come as 1 into 10 to the power of 1 into 10 to the power of minus 4. So this value shall come out as 0. So this is what is the value of the moment that we are going to get. That is, MAB value is 3.4 anti-clockwise. Most important thing. MAB value is 3.4 anti-clockwise. Why anti-clockwise? Because it is minus. MBA value 100 clockwise because it is positive. MBC value minus 100 anti-clockwise direction. MCB value is 0. So we shall draw this particular diagram. To draw the diagram, this is the beam. A, B and C. MAB is anti-clockwise, BA is clockwise, BA is clockwise, BC is anti-clockwise, CB is 0. We shall note down the value here. Here it is minus 3.4. Minus means I have represented here as anti-clockwise. So this will be directly written as the value as 3.4. On the left hand side it is clockwise 100. So here I shall write it as clockwise 100. Right hand side here it is anti-clockwise 100. So I have already shown the direction as anti-clockwise. I shall just write the value as 100. And here anyway the value of MCB value is 0. Now what direction it should rotate? Now what direction or what type of effect it will yield on the beam? Now since I have all the forces at the top, if I consider this support as A, this support to be B, 3.4 is the moment at this location, 100 is the moment at this location. If you push it upward, it will hog. So hogging is negative. So this particular portion AB will hog. Likewise, if you consider B and C, this is B and this is C. Anyway, moment at C is 0. B. Now B, again, it is in anti-clockwise. So if I put it on from the top, it is clockwise. At the bottom, it will be anti-clockwise. This will hog again. So this will also hog. Apart from that, it is also been subjected to a point force here. And then it's subjected to a UDL. When it is subjected to a point force, it will move downward. And UDL also, it will move downward. So this particular bending moment diagram we shall try to represent here. First will be a diagram representing the moment now. As it will hog, it is negative side. Negative side means below the beam 3.4. 100 and 100 both will hog here. This is also hogging, this is also hogging negative, so 100 is downward. MCB value is 0, so this value shall come as 0. This is what is the value. MCB value is 0. This is 100 and this is 3.4. Negative, negative, negative. Above this, as this 100 kilonewton load will sag. Sagging means positive. Positive shall be shown on the positive side. UDL will also sag. Positive means on the upper side. That means it has to move above. So bending moment value for simply supported beam carrying point load here is WAB by L. And here for this UDL it is WL square by 8. Please do remember this is free moment. Earlier WL square by 12 was fixed moment. So this is WL square by 8 is the bending moment value. Now if I find out this particular value, W value is 60, A value is 4, B value is 2 divided by 6. Now 60 into 4 into 2 divided by 6 which shall come as 80. So this value shall come out as 80. It is 6 1 the 6 10 the 10 into 8 will come as 80. Likewise WL square by 8 now. WL square by 8. The value of UDL is 30. 30 into 6 square divided by 8. So 30 into 36 divided by 8 and whose value shall come as 135 kilonewton meter. So this is what is bending moment diagram. So once we draw this bending moment diagram, we need to draw this shear force diagram. To draw this shear force diagram, we are going to find out the reaction twice. First reaction will be a reaction due to here, reaction due to point load. And here it will be reaction due to UDL. Next line will be reaction due to moment. Similarly, here it will be reaction due to moment. This is moment. Now here it is point load of magnitude 60. Point load of magnitude 60. So reaction here will be WB by L. So WB by L means 60 into 2 divided by 6. So 60, B is 2 meters, load W is 60, 60 into 2, 6 1s are 6 10s. So whose value shall come out as 20. Here if we consider it is WA by L, which is 60 into 4 divided by 6. So 6 1 10, this will be 40. This is one way. Already if it is 60 here, 20 have already been calculated at one end and total load is 60. 60 minus 20 shall again come out back to 40. So these are the reaction component due to point load, that is 20 and 40. Now coming on to the reaction due to the moment. The moment value here is 3.4. What direction it is in? Anti-clockwise direction. So anti-clockwise you are going to type it as minus 3.4. Then moment here value that we have calculated just before was 100. This moment value was 100. So 100 is in clockwise direction. So minus 3.4 plus 100. Minus 3.4 plus 100. Plus 100 is because it is in clockwise direction. Net moment is 96.6. Please check out the sign, it is positive. So you are going to write it as clockwise positive 96.6. If it is clockwise positive 96.6, resisting moment will be in anti-clockwise direction. So this will be in anti-clockwise direction. So all upward force is positive, all downward force to be negative. 96.6 divided by the span. Span is 6 meters. 96.6 divided by 6 here. So which indicates reaction due to moment at one end is 16.1. At the other end is also 16.1. Both sides it will be same. Now what comes to change here is now. Here it is 20. Downward force, so negative. So 20 minus, why minus? Because it is downward, minus 16.1. So net shear force value shall come as 3.9 here. Next one here, 40. Now here it is not minus because it will be upward, so positive, plus 16.1. So it shall come as 56.1. Likewise, whatever the calculation we have done here, we will continue the same calculation here. To start with the calculation, it is WL square by 2. So total load here is 30 into 6 square divided by 2, which shall come as 540. That is 30 into 36 divided by 2, which load will come as 540. Like similarly, since it is symmetrically loaded, both sides the reaction will remain same, 540 and 540. So these are the reaction component due to the UDL. Reaction component due to the UDL. Now coming on to the reaction component due to the moment. Now moment for BC, it is only 100, whereas at C it is 0. What direction this 100 is in? Anti-clockwise direction. So anti-clockwise you are going to write it as minus. So if you write it as minus plus 0, it will again come out as minus 100. So here you are going to show it as anti-clockwise direction. Here it was clockwise direction because it was positive. Since it is negative here, so you are going to show it as anti-clockwise direction 100. Now since you had clockwise here, you draw the resistance force in the anti-clockwise direction. Clockwise, anti-clockwise will be resistance. Since the direction of rotation is in anti-clockwise direction, resistance force has to be in the clockwise direction like this. Now what is the value of this resistance force? 100 divided by 6, that is the span. Whatever is the moment, that divided by span we need to divide. So 100 divided by 6. So 100 divided by 6 when you do, it shall come as 16.67. So straight away we shall write it the value as 16.67 here, 16.67. Now we shall adopt the sign convention. As this force is upward, it is positive. As this force is downward, it is negative. Now this value will be 540 plus 16.67. This value will come out to 556.67. Now similarly 540 minus, why minus? Because it is in downward direction. So minus 540 minus 16.67, which will come as 523.33. Once we have done with this, this is A, B, B and C. So B is divided into two parts. One is for AB, other one is for BC. When I consider AB, this is left hand side and B will be right hand side. When I consider BC, B is left hand side, C is on right hand side. So left hand side upward forces are positive. Right hand side upward forces are negative. Similarly, left hand side upward forces are positive. Right hand side upward forces are negative. So left hand side upward forces are negative, this will go upward 3.9. Right hand side upward force are negative, this will come downward. Now what is the type of joining here? Since it is point load, it will continue 3.9, it will continue till you approach a force. 3.9 minus 60 shall come out as 56.1. That is what is the value you are going to get it here. So this value is 56.1. This value is 56.1. So this will come downward negative. This is negative, this is positive. Because negative, because it is minus. Right hand side upward forces are negative. Then here left hand side upward force is positive. So left hand side upward force positive means this will go upward. Then right hand side upward force negative. So this will come downward. So this is the value. This value is 523.33 and this is 556.67. Positive and negative. This is what is shear force diagram. So this is how we are supposed to solve whenever it is a problem related to slope deflection method and the number of unknowns are 2. If the number of unknowns are 2, we will be getting two equilibrium equations and correspondingly we need to find out those two unknowns to find out the final moment value. And moment value, when we find out, all sagging is positive, all hogging is negative. And when we draw the shear force diagram, left hand side upward force is positive, right hand side upward force is negative. So this is the solution for continuous beam, that is indeterminate structure, and method adopted here is slope deflection method. Thank you. Have a nice day.